Okay, here's a fair warning. Today's video is probably going to make some people, a bit uncomfortable because we're going to be talking about why women today can cheat and get away with it. Now, keep in mind, going into this video, I don't want you to feel any type of way that causes negative emotion in you. I just want to look at the objective facts, okay? If you as a man can look at the objective facts, you can actually make educated and or calculated decisions with yourself to get ahead. So I'm going to be breaking this down step by step, and if you stay with me until the end, I'm even going to be explaining step by step how you can make sure that you don't run into these exact same pitfalls that 99.9% of men do. Now, one more thing. After this video is over, I encourage you, go down below and register for the MBT webinar. Now, the reason being is because over time, over 3,000 individuals have came into MBT, they've seen that blueprint, they've used it, they've copied it into their dating life, and they've actually won, okay? Despite all of the modern day BS everybody goes through, I've watched countless men after men after men win. So I know I can help you too. Nevertheless, let's get into this, okay? Here's what you have to understand. To understand where we're going, why women can cheat and get away with it, first we have to understand where we've been. Okay, here's where we've been. Women rarely approach men. Okay, this is a fact, and this is completely normal. I'm going to be breaking all of this down so you can understand this. Okay, women rarely approach men. Okay, instead what they do is they make themselves susceptible or open to an approach. Think about that for a second. They don't approach, but they'll make themselves susceptible and available. Okay, so that way they can receive an approach from a guy that they like. Here's what I mean by this. Through time, okay, and we're talking hundreds of years, okay, men have shown big balls by approaching. So when you approach a woman, despite who's around, despite her friends around, despite, risk of being rejected, whatever, okay, here's what happens. These big balls are shown because women find strength, okay? When women see this, they find that you have strength, okay, you have courage, and you're risk-taking. These three things together are extremely attractive. Now, you might be wondering, well, Casey, what does this have anything to do with why women can cheat and get away with it? I will explain, okay? However, men today are not forward with what they want, and today men don't approach. Okay, men just don't approach women. You'll even see this from attractive guys. You can, and it's the common belief that men will typically oftentimes not feel good enough, okay? Whether that be a risk of ego being bruised, whether it be not feeling like they're attractive enough or good looking enough, doesn't matter. Men today don't approach. So here's what I can tell you. This is what happens. Women start to seek out for attention. If men are not approaching, how can women get attention? I'm going to explain. This is life of a girl. Okay, I want you to imagine modern day life of a girl, for example, okay? If they want attention, how can they do it? Well, let's just look at these 5 common apps, these 5 common buffers behind the phone or behind the screen that separates real life interaction from artificial or fake interaction on the phone, okay? Let's look at apps like Instagram. Okay, let's take Instagram, let's take Snapchat, let's take Facebook Messenger, let's take Tinder, and let's take Hinge. Okay, so these are 5 extremely common apps. This is life of a girl. I want you to imagine all 5 of these apps, and instantly any of them, you have 10 guys every single day that are ready and willing to take you out on a date or see you or date you or sleep with you regardless. So this is life of a girl. So now let's reverse the role for a second. I want you to imagine being a guy, okay, waking up every day, okay, doing nothing. Literally, you don't have to do anything other than exist. Okay, just imagine this for a second. Imagine you waking up, you don't have to do anything other than exist. Okay? And having 50 girls that want to sleep with you, because if you combine 10 girls on each of these apps or 10 guys on each of these apps, what have you, okay, it doesn't matter. This is what they're running into. So I want you to imagine that. Imagine being a guy, all you have to do is wake up and exist, and you're going to instantly have a bunch of options. This is what modern day life is for a girl. So, since this is life of a girl, now instantly with these 50 options per day, because that truly is how many that they have. I've seen women with social media accounts that I've hung out with, they have 400, 500, 600 matches on Tinder. Like, this is real life. So here's what you gotta understand. Now, they have categories, okay? These guys are for free attention. These guys are for the friend zone. These guys are for the boyfriend zone. These guys are husband material. And these guys are going to be the guys that they'll actually sleep with. Okay, here's a little secret. Women don't want you to know these things. Women do not want you to know that they have categories. Women don't want you to know that there's multiple double standards when it comes to categorizing guys and the specific treatment that they get. And women also want you to believe that no matter what category you're in, you have a chance. This is not true. Okay, this is 100% not true. So, even in relationships, okay, here's what you got to realize how this pertains to cheating. Even in relationships, they still have the same options from all of the attention that they've gotten in the past. So now let's shift the forward thinking to when the relationship happens. Okay, relationship begins often, okay, with a guy that she just settled with, or the guy was, alpha or attractive or dominant in the beginning. He ends up loving her and he ends up going soft. So now he's changed, or he's now been categorized as weaker. Okay, he starts losing his attraction. Since he starts losing his attraction, here's what happens. He begins wanting to spend more time with her. When he begins wanting to spend more time with her, here's what happens. Now they're sitting on the couch, they're eating popcorn. Okay, there's no spontaneousness. So now he's boring, he's predictable, and especially this is the kicker right here. He's non-arousing. Since he's not arousing and she no longer gets hot for him, here's what you got to realize. I put this in big and bold so you really understand. She won't dump you, okay? She still wants to be emotionally validated. Every time you still want to take her out on a date, despite her retracting attraction or not wanting to sleep with you, she's validated. Every time she has a hard day at work and she gets to come home and you get to hear about it and waste all of your time listening to a bunch of pointless crap, she's validated. So this is what you got to realize. She won't dump you. Instead, she's going to move on to a different guy in a better category who's more arousing. So then the relationship carries on. They step out and they cheat. As they cheat, or as they start to seek different options, okay, she lost respect for you. She doesn't view you as attractive, and another guy starts banging her. But here's what you got to realize. Because she's emotionally validated through the relationship, okay, she will use you for time, resources, money, and love. She's going to use you for vacations. She's going to use you for when holiday photos come out and she wants to look like she's with somebody to look cute for the Hallmark card. All this crap, you're going to be that guy that's categorized as that. And then here's what happens. You've closed off S3 actual access to all of the women. She has not closed off attention from other men. This is an inverse relationship. If you are closing off sexual access to women in reverse or in return to make the relationship cohesion actually work, she has to now close off attention from other men. This today doesn't happen. Since this doesn't happen, here's what you got to understand. Every time hypergamy will get the best of her. I don't care if you make $1 million a year. I don't care if you make $2 million a year. I don't care if you're 6'2". There will come a guy who makes $5 million a year and is 6'4". Okay? So because of this, here's what you have to understand. If they don't close off daily attention-seeking posts, do not commit to them in an actual monogamous relationship. Okay? Every single time she wants to look cute holding her Americano for her Starbucks pose, it's being susceptible to options and being susceptible for men to now validate and give attention. Every single time she wants to go to the gym and then turn her hips like this with her butt up in the air, that's susceptible attention-seeking posts. Every single time she wants to take her dog for a walk and then at the end hold the dog quick and take a quick selfie with her lips puffed up full of lip filler, okay, they don't close off attention, you don't commit. This is just the way it has to be. So you might be sitting here wondering, well, Casey, how come in all of these videos from 2019 all the way until 2023, you've constantly talked about MBT? Why is MBT different and why is MBT the way and what is MBT? Okay, MBT is an exact process that I coined way back in 2019 called masculine behavioral techniques. Okay, and it's an exact step-by-step rinse and repeat process that any guy can use to win in the dating game despite all these issues in the modern world. Here's what I mean by that. When you register for that webinar below, you're going to see 3 hidden secrets, okay? When I show you how to utilize your God-given masculine frame, your God-given masculine energy, and by secret number 3, you're going to now start to discover my #1 hack to unlimited options for the rest of your life so you never run out of leads. What's going to happen is you now become that guy that knows how to separate yourself from the 99%. Because of that, I need to really advise you into this. The webinar is completely free. You don't have to pay for it. It's an exclusive behind the scenes training. It's going to teach you so much that you have not seen, and there's exclusive jam-packed bonuses that I don't give on this channel. If you register for it below, it's going to completely change your life. Rest assured, you're going to see the entire community that I've built. It's a strong brotherhood, it's a strong network, and because of that, I know it can help change your life too. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.